Hey guys, Josh here from Untitled Productions, and today I have another great video for you, and it is all about shooting inverted on the Glidecam. For example, here is my balanced Glidecam. Now you may see on YouTube that a lot of people are actually flipping their stabilizers upside down and shooting that way. In this video, I'm going to be covering techniques in order to properly shoot in that way, also known as inverted mode. Let's get started. First things first, you have to make sure that your Glidecam is properly balanced. If it's not properly balanced in its upright mode, you will not be able to properly shoot in inverted mode. If you want to learn how to properly balance your Glidecam, be sure to check out this video up here. Once you've properly balanced your Glidecam, shooting in inverted mode is fairly simple. All you have to do is flip your stabilizer upside down. Now, since your stabilizer is calibrated to shoot in upright mode, it may flop over in inverted mode. So it's important to keep your hand on the gimbal or on the telescopic boom post in order to stabilize each movement and each shot that you make. The newest Glidecam model, also known as the Devon Supertramp Signature Series, allows you to adjust your gimbal up and down. This makes for shooting in inverted mode a lot easier. For example, I will be able to drop down the gimbal. That will allow the whole setup to automatically flip upside down. And it will stay flipped upside down. Other stabilizers from different manufacturers also allow you to move the gimbal up and down. However, some don't. So, for instance, for those who don't have that option, I'm going to reset my gimbal and show you some techniques in order to shoot in inverted mode with a non-adjustable gimbal. But if you do have an adjustable gimbal, still watch this video because the techniques covered in this video are good for all stabilizers. All right, so let's start off by flipping our stabilizer upside down. Pretty simple, right? If it's properly balanced, it's not gonna be too hard to control in inverted mode. So I strongly recommend keeping your forefinger and your thumb tapping the boom post constantly. Or for more accuracy, you can put your two fingers up here. This will keep the stabilizer from flopping over too much. You can use your forefinger and your thumb to also pan the system. Notice how my Glidecam is not flopping over. That means that it is properly balanced. However, if I let go of the boom post, it will flop back right side up. That's the kind of movements and smooth operation you want from your gimbal. Here's some test footage for me shooting in inverted mode. Now the biggest question I might get asked for this video is why would you shoot in inverted mode? Inverted mode allows you to get low angle shots. So for example, if you want to get shots of people's feet or the ground moving, it's really great to have this in inverted mode. That way I can get really low down to the ground. Shooting in inverted mode also allows you to get phenomenal boom and crane shots by starting low to the ground and going up pretty high. I love shooting in inverted mode, especially for those crane and boom shots. So here are some tips for you to remember when shooting in inverted mode. Make sure that your Glidecam is properly balanced. If you have an adjustable gimbal, adjust the gimbal just a tad by lowering it, and the camera will automatically flip upside down. Now, make sure that your quick release systems are nice and tight. You don't want your camera to flop over and then fall off the system. That's happened to me once, and I will always remember that gruesome and depressing moment I had with my camera falling off. So make sure that your screws are nice and tight, securing the camera properly. Also, don't forget, when operating the gimbal, one hand goes on the handle, the other hand is in charge of controlling the system's pan and making it more stable. So I'm using only two fingers on my other hand, my forefinger and my thumb. It's tapping the boom pole gently and actually making it pan when I want it to pan or tilt. When you're tilting, don't tap. because it will actually make your tilt really jittery. I like to keep my forefinger and my thumb constantly on the boom pole. That way you won't see any jitters in your tilts. You want to make as less contact with the stabilizer as possible. In order to do that, again, just use your forefinger and your thumb, and that's it. Never grab the stabilizer like this. This defeats the purpose of using a gimbal. Shooting in inverted mode takes a lot of practice. That's because a lot of systems do not have an adjustable gimbal. So when shooting in inverted mode, you have to make sure that your camera is constantly stable when it's upside down. That's something you have to practice. And if your Glidecam is properly balanced, it should be a piece of cake for you. I hope this quick video has helped you how to properly shoot in inverted mode. I promise, with a lot of practice shooting in inverted mode, you will nail it perfectly. Just practice keeping the camera flipped upside down and keep your fingers constantly tapping on the boom pole. Remember, the less contact you make with your stabilizer, the better footage you're gonna get. Shooting in inverted mode allows for a lot more versatility using your Glidecam. So I suggest practicing it and using it a lot in your shoots. So if you like this video, please give it a like and a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, please put them down below. Also, check out my site at capturethemomentum.com for free filmmaking tips on my blog and newsletter. If you're a company and you would like me to review or make tutorial videos on your products, please email me at info@capturethemomentum.com. I can't wait to see what you guys create. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.